This is who I think Ireland should pick for their upcoming game against England in the Six Nations. Now, I think there is going to be a few changes, but before we get into it, guys, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers, and I think this week is going to be a big one with Ireland versus England. Now, let's get right into it. There's going to be a few changes, and there's going to be not so many changes as well. Same as last week. Even if there is zero changes, I'm still going to get these videos out because I think these videos are awesome. But let's get right into it. And number one, I think they'll stick with Lochman. I think he's been solid. He's playing well as a starter. And I think if it's not broken, don't fix it. But I really do think they have to fix his scrums going forward. At number two, they will stick with Dan Sheehan. I mean, he's a very good player. I'd like to see Tom Stewart get some game time down the line, maybe against the likes of Wales. It's probably the game they're targeting for those guys to get game time, like him and maybe Nathan Doak as well. But I think Dan Sheehan line-out time has been really solid. His throws have been accurate. And, I mean, he's one of those guys you're not going to replace right now. At number three, I think they should stick with Clarkson. Only because I think Tadhg Furlong maybe needs a bit more game time off the bench. He didn't look that comfortable. He didn't look that good this week. And obviously he's not going to look like that good or comfortable or make a massive impact after coming back from quite a lengthy injury. So I think stick with Clarkson. That's just what I think they might go with. And I think it's probably easier on Tadhg Furlong. They can manage him and manage how much game time he gets. Obviously they can do the complete opposite and start a Furlong at number three and then play him for 30 minutes or 40 minutes and just completely reverse the role there, which it could possibly happen. But I think for this week coming, keep Lochman, Sheehan and Clarkson combination together and let them try build together after they got dominated 2 weeks in a row. Yes, they didn't lose to Italy, but I think it's going to be key for them to click really soon, and they need to make it happen sooner rather than later. And number four, I think they should stick with Joe McCarthy, and I think they will. He was a lot better this week. He made more dominant carries. He played with a lot more intent, and we'd love to see that from him because he is a very good player, and I think he's still a young guy, obviously, so you've got to give him as much game time as possible. Now, moving on to number five. What I think they should do is I think they should bring in Tide Burn and they should drop James Ryan to the bench. Not really drop. I just think James Ryan made a good impact from the bench against France last week. And Tide Burn, in my opinion, is a very good starter. He's a really good player and he's probably, in my opinion, the best Ireland forward right now in the forward pack. And the one thing I was saying in the player ratings video is he is a bit of a hybrid player, Tide Burn. He is a hybrid player between a lock and a loose forward. And the same for Cormac Echukwu. He's very versatile in the fact that he's good at line-out time, he's good around the park, he's good at the breakdown, he's good at stealing, he's good at a lot of stuff. He's more like a versatile hybrid lock loose forward style of player. And if you have two players like that on the field, like a Tide Burn and a Cormac Echukwu, then you have a kind of Charles Olivon, Michael Gaillard kind of a combination that they have going at France right now, which is working really well. I think right now the way rugby is, and right now especially with the Six Nations, the way the style of play that the teams are playing, having as many athletes on the field as possible is probably your best bet going forward. And especially if Ireland want to play the way they want to play, quick rugby, taking the opportunities. If the other team makes a mistake, really pounce on it and swing the momentum quickly. I think Tide Burn and Cormac Echukwu are two guys that, first of all, can be really key contributors in swinging the momentum, especially at line-out time. Maybe dominant tackles, more defense, more attack as well. As well as on attack, they are really good with ball in hand. They can be quite skillful and they are really mobile forwards. So I think for me this week against England, I'd go Tide Burn at 5 and I'd go Cormac Echukwu at number 6. I would stick with Caelan Doris at number 7 and Jack Conan at number 8 because I think that loose trio actually had quite a nice balance against Italy. Obviously, I think Italy got a bit more dominance over the advantage line, but that's just the style of rugby Italy's playing right now. They're doing really well with their dominant tackles, dominant carries. But I think, honestly, Caelan Doris at 7 allows for Jack Conan to come in. And I think Jack Conan is a really underrated, underappreciated player in this Ireland side. I think he's the one guy. He's like Jamie Osborne at 15. Every week, he's going to put in a big performance. Even if he has a below or a normal average performance for him, it's still going to be a really good, impactful performance and have a positive impact on the team. So I think having the likes of a Cormac Echukwu at 6 is really good because it allows the other guys to be able to play more to their strengths so they don't have to play outside of their comfort zone. Caelan Doris is a very good ball carrier. Yes, he didn't get that much dominance against Italy. He'll be looking to try maybe go back to what he was doing in the past years of getting more frontline dominance, but he is trending up in the right direction, and I thought he led the team a lot better against Italy. So at first I saw Caelan Doris at number 7 and I thought to myself, that's probably not the right choice right now. But now after reflection, I think it is. I think this loose trio right now for Ireland, keeping it the same is probably their best bet going forward to England. At number 9, I think they should go for Jamison Gibson Park. I didn't think Craig Casey was bad. Obviously, he somehow made a high tackle because he's like the shortest guy in rugby or something like that. He had a shaky start with a poor box kick, a silly yellow card, and almost gave an interception. But once he got into the game, his play was a lot better. He had some crisp service, but I still think he's a better player off the bench. I think if given the same opportunities Jameson Gibson Park was given, he would have looked a lot better than he did at the start. But I think Jameson Gibson Park as a starter is really good. And I think Jameson Gibson Park should be starting against England this week. Obviously, they tried something out starting Casey. They might do the same thing and try end strong with Gibson Park, but I think Gibson Park's probably the best guy to start going forward into this week. I mean, Gibson Park's got a good kicking game. He's a big playmaker in this team, especially if Ireland get front foot ball and play quickly. Gibson Park is the guy to pick at number 9. And number 10, I think they should go for Jack Crowley. I think Sam Prendergast will be out of the team this week. I think that experiment for right now is probably over, because right now they kind of have to focus on that 10 jersey going forward into the World Cup. They have to. There's a year out from a World Cup. They still have a lot of question marks around that role and that position. They don't even know who their best number 10 is. So I think right now, starting Jack Crowley there, he's won a lot of games with Ireland before. He's a good player. He kicks well for poles. He kicked well recently. He added some good touches last week, and he has a bit of a calm head on his shoulders, and he's got a bit of tenacity about him as well, which I think you're going to need playing against England at Twickenham. So I think those two as a combination work really well together off the bench against Italy, and I'd like to see them come into the starting lineup. I think they'll add quite a lot, and I think Ireland have been starting quite slow recently, but I think those two as a combination can really drive Ireland forward to try start a lot quicker, which will benefit the team a lot more. At number 12, I've gone for Stuart McCloskey, the best backline player for Ireland right now. I mean, he was so consistent. He cemented himself in the number 12 jersey. He made a silly amount of carries, a silly amount of tackles, some good turnovers as well. One of my players for man of the match. He was one of the best guys in the field, and I think he's just been consistently really good, especially since that All Blacks game last year. He's been one of the standout players for Ireland, so it's a bit of a no-brainer for me having him there. At number 13, I'll stick with Ringrose, even though I think he's been very underwhelming the last few weeks. I mean, it's almost as if his skill set right now isn't allowing him to kind of finish off the ideas he has. Like, he has all these good, like he makes good decisions on defense, he makes good decisions overall, but his skill set's letting him down. Like missed tackles, turnovers, where he's got the right idea sometimes, he just needs to get it to convert. And I think when things do click for him, he'll look a lot better and he'll be playing a lot better. He just needs a bit of a confidence boost. So I think taking him out of the team right now could be detrimental to his confidence, but keeping him in, if it does click, could rather have a much bigger positive impact on the team than taking him out does. At number 11, I'm sticking with James Lowe. I think he was one of the standout players. He really played his way back into the team. Yes, he lacks pace, but what he lacks in pace, he makes up for in physicality and his close quarter play. I think he's one of the best close quarter play wingers in the world. He's really physical. He's got a strong fend. His offloads are so good. He brings a bit of that Super Rugby Chiefs kind of style to his game, and I like that because it was a period where he was almost becoming a bit of a boring player, just relying on his kicking game, being good under the high ball. And yes, he's very good at those things. His kicking game is phenomenal. I mean, that left boot of his is an absolute cannon, but if he can keep playing the way he is now and kind of be a bit more of a game changer, work off his wing, play almost, sometimes he can just plug in as a 13 or a fullback and he'll be fine. Like the way he plays, he works off his wing well, and I think he had a really good impact on Balakoon as well. And I think the conversations they probably have, you can see he's rubbed off on Balakoon because Balakoon had a great game as well. And I think that's why going into this weekend, keeping Lowe and Balakoon together is key. I mean, thinking of who Lowe might play against, it might be a Roebuck, and I think we can honestly get the better of Roebuck. I think he could get the best of him because I think he's a very good player, and I think playing in Twickenham, crowd's going to be quite hostile against them. Lowe's probably the best guy to choose for that. Number 14, sticking with Balakoon, I mean, he was phenomenal. He was so good, and he's an athlete. I've been calling for his name to be playing a lot recently, so I'm glad he got the opportunity, and I'm glad he took it with both hands because I don't support Ulster. I don't support any of the teams from Ireland, but I have been watching Ulster for some reason quite a lot recently, and he's been really impressive. So I really enjoy watching this guy play, and I think he's a game changer for Ireland, and I'm really glad they're unleashing him now. And he's playing with a lot of confidence as well, so you got to keep a guy like that in the team. Number 15, I'm keeping Osborne. I mean, he's a really solid player in this Ireland setup. He's a very important player as well. He's solid at the back. And right now, looking at this team, no early predictions really, but they could honestly be the favourites going into next week's game. It sounds crazy to say, but the way England played, with some things starting to click a bit more for Ireland, they could be the favourite going into next week's game, but I will be doing a preview on that. I'll be doing a lot more videos on that, so that's going to be quite an interesting one. Number 16, I'm sticking with Ronan Kelleher. He's been phenomenal off the bench for Ireland. Obviously, early on in the Six Nations before it started, I was hoping Tom Stewart can get a nice few caps, maybe a few starts, or maybe a few games off the bench. But I think that'll happen more throughout the year. They'll obviously be playing other teams like a Japan. Fiji, you can't really play your second team. Then there's other games as well where he might be able to get more opportunities. But I think right now, Ronan Kelleher has been really good. And honestly, you could start Ronan Kelleher and he'll be just fine. He's a very consistent player. Number 17, I'm sticking with Tom O'Toole. He didn't get long enough to play, but I think he's a very good player. And I think if given more game time, he'll just get much more comfortable into that role. And I really like Tom O'Toole. So he's the kind of guy I'd keep there. He doesn't do anything wrong. He doesn't do too much to like really stand out, but he does his job phenomenally well. And they need that right now. Number 18, I'm sticking with Tide Furlong. I think he needs to bounce back after this week. He got lifted up in the scrum a bit. He's not going to be at his best. He's a bit older now. He's come back from a bit of a weird injury on the other calf now as well. He needs to get his confidence back. He needs to get more game time. Soon it's going to click for him and he's going to be dominant again. And Ireland will really be hoping that it clicks for him against England. And it honestly can, because I think him off the bench right now is good to kind of be one of those forwards that the guys on the bench could kind of listen to. He can lead them. He can kind of lead by example and come on. And Ireland knows, well, this is one of our best players coming on. We're fine. So it's a kind of a good mental guy to have on the bench as well. When he comes on, the mental of the team doesn't drop. They don't think, oh, we've just subbed our best players. In fact, some of our best players are coming on. Number 19, I think they should stick with Edwin Adogbo. I think throwing him in the deep end again will be really good for his development. He started off a bit nervous and shaky, which is obviously expected. I mean, it was his first ever international cap and he's a young guy, but I really think this guy he's showing a lot of promise and he's quite dominant in the tackle situation at ruck time as well. I think you'll kind of want to, looking back at the footage, you'll probably want to work to maybe get off the ground a bit quicker after making tackles, but he's a guy you need in this team right now. He can be a game changer. And I think him and the likes of Cormac Uzuchukwu, Joe McCarthy, Balakoon are guys that are kind of newer names in the team. They haven't been one of the guys that you see consistently within the squad or the team, but they can be game changers going forward. So I think Edwin Adogbo at number 19. Number 20, because I'm starting Byrne, I'll move James Ryan to number 20. I think he's a good player, but I think he played really well off the bench against France. And as I said, having a guy like Byrne and Uzuchukwu on the field together, they are both 80-minute players. Obviously, you don't have to play them both for 80 minutes, and they probably won't. I mean, you could also shuffle around the loose trio when that happens. You can move Byrne to number 6, you can sub Uzuchukwu off, you can do whatever you want with that. I think starting Byrne and Uzuchukwu together is probably the best thing that they can do right now, especially with the style they want to play. I think James Ryan comes on and adds a lot of solid gameplay, solid work, hard work off the ball, which you need, especially at the end of the game. Maybe if things are loosening up and you need to tighten things up again, I think he's a good guy to do for that. And I think James Ryan, Edogbo and Furlong coming on together with the likes of Tom O'Toole and Ronan Kelleher is a very good bench forward pack. But obviously I think they should stick with a 6-2 split, and I think 21, Nick Timony, he had a very good game against France. He still had a good game against Italy. He just didn't get the ball in as much space with as many opportunities as he did against France. But every week he normally plays the same game for me. He's a very stand-up player. He's a good player. I'm glad to see him get rewarded. He's a very good player in my opinion, and I think he's a key part of this Ireland team, especially from the bench. I think if you can get a group from the bench that knows that their role probably is coming off the bench with 25 to 30 minutes left, those guys can get really good at that job, and that just makes it so much easier for them coming onto the field, knowing they are a unit and they know exactly how to kind of fit in when they come on. They know how to plug in and make the style of play either better or just stick with the style of play or make it a lot more of a better game for them. I think this bench from Ireland that I chose here, that they probably might choose, could have a big impact coming on against England. Number 22, I think they should go for Craig Casey. I think that's a bit of a no-brainer. I think he's the other good number 9 right now. I think Nathan Doak will get an opportunity. I want to see him get an opportunity because he even has that boot on him where you maybe don't even have to have another fly-off on the bench than if you have Nathan Doak, because obviously other guys can move to number 10, but I think Nathan Doak down the line will get more game time. But I think right now Craig Casey, he's still a good player. He has crisp service, and I think he's much more comfortable playing off the bench. And I think against England, playing him as a starter probably just won't be good. I think, yes, he knows how to play with Jack Crowley, but I think that Jack Conan, Jameson Gibson Park, Crowley combination, they need to start to learn how to play together, because I think Jameson Gibson Park is the number 1 scrum half right now for Ireland. But I think Craig Casey has a very key and very important role off the bench for Ireland. Number 23, I think they'll go for Harry Byrne. This is just what I think. I don't know though. They could obviously go with Sam Prendergast again on the bench, but Harry Byrne's a good player. He's been playing well for Leinster. I think it's time to kind of experiment now with some other players. He's a very clutch player. He can kick well for poles. And you don't even have to just bring him on at 10. You can shuffle around the backline quite well. A lot of those players in the Ireland backline can shuffle around. I mean, there's a lot of guys that can play in different positions. They're very versatile. And that's probably the one thing with this Ireland team. There's a lot of versatility. And even though your players might not be playing in those positions, you don't see them playing in some of those positions, especially in the forward pack. They definitely can if needed. And they can probably do it well as well. So this is just a team I think they'll choose against England next week. So I'll just go over it again. Number 1, Lochman. Number 2, Dan Sheehan. Number 3, Clarkson. Number 4, McCarthy. Number 5, Tideburn. Number 6, Cormac Azachukwu. Number 7, Caelan Doris. Number 8, Jack Conan. Number 9, Jameson Gibson Park. Number 10, Jack Crowley. Number 11, James Lowe. Number 12, Stuart McCloskey. Number 13, Gary Ringrose. Number 14, Balakoon. Number 15, Osborne. Number 16, Kelleher. Number 17, Tom O'Toole. Number 18, Tide Furlong. Number 19, Edwin Adogbo. Number 20, James Ryan. Number 21, Nick Tierney. Number 22, Craig Casey. And number 23, Harry Byrne. That's the team I've selected. If you guys do agree, if you don't like it, if you dislike it, let me know why in the comments, guys. But if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I'll be doing this for all the other teams in the Six Nations this week. I mean, I've been trying to do it. It's a lot, but I'm trying to do for all the teams, especially when it comes to Southern Hemisphere time. I will definitely be doing it because I maybe know a bit more about the Southern Hemisphere, but I've been really enjoying the Six Nations rugby. But if you guys do enjoy the content, please don't forget to support the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.